Yo, what's up, guys? Hi, Jerome. Hi, Spin. Hi, Axis. Hello, Bishop. Hi, Gin. Hi, Cheese. Hi, Lamp. Hi, Fawn. Hey, happy 12 months. Hi, Spare. How are all of you doing? Happy Monday, guys. What's up, Joe? What's up? What's up? How are you guys doing? I'm gonna take these off for a second. Good evening. How was everybody's day? I'm back. I took the weekend off since my cousin was visiting, but now I am back for good. But good to see all of you. Hi, Spider. Hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. It's been honestly, the weekend was pretty nice overall. I like try to rest on Saturday and then like, went out all day Sunday, but I have like a bunch of like, what are they, blisters on my feet from walking so much on Sunday, so that's not fun. Nope, nope. Yeah, back for good. But yeah, that sucks, but it's okay, it's okay. A good time regardless. I like got these bandages that are meant for your feet. And they're quite nice. Like they're like thicker, you know what I mean? So like for blisters and stuff like that. Hi Gonk, how you doing? What's up, Jonah? What's up, what's up? Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's not too bad. I just arrived home like 30 minutes ago or something like that. And it wasn't too bad. No, it was pretty nice. The weather like at night has been pretty nice the past you know, few weeks. No, past few days, not weeks, sorry. Not definitely not weeks. Oh, I'm feeling tired. Definitely not weeks, man. But yeah. Sorry, I just ate and I'm drinking an Olipop now. Although these are way better when they're cold. This one's not too good right now. Is it safe to walk in New York? Absolutely. Depends where, obviously, but New York is pretty big and like most of Brooklyn and most of Manhattan is pretty safe. I remember, people when I moved here, they would be like, oh, be careful, this and that, it's dangerous. I don't know why you want to move in the city. A lot of fear mongering, a lot of that. It's definitely like, it's very unlikely that you're ever in a situation that's like remotely dangerous. Hi, Luke, how you doing? I've been living here for almost 2 years now, and no, it's I haven't really experienced anything dangerous, you know? So it's been almost 2 years. Oh God. Almost. I cannot believe it's already been 2 years. How are you? I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's been hectic and I'm tired. And I just like, word of advice, guys, just never, like, don't live with roommates. Unless you're somebody who's not clean or considerate, just admit it. Like, I think that if you're somebody who's just not considerate, you don't give a fuck. I think those are the people who can live with roommates. If you're considerate, if you're clean, good fucking luck. You always get the short end of the stick, it seems. Everybody I talk to. Oh my God, the drama, the situation. Like, I'll tell you guys one day, my lease is almost up, so like I can't get out of here soon enough. Literally. No, not yet, not yet. Lowest standards does always win in these situations, but I had to tell you guys my story once I move. Like, I won't do it here. Walls are thin, but like it's been like just quite honestly insane. Just absolutely insane. And it doesn't help when most people can't separate confrontation from their ego. And so when you try to tell them something, they take it personally when it's not personal. And like, that's fucking annoying. So annoying. Good night. I can't live with them. Yeah, it's hard. Especially with strangers. Just like not worth it. If you can like avoid it, you should avoid it. Unless you meet the criteria. Then I think that you should totally like the odd flasher. Oh yeah, besides the flasher, I haven't really had any bad It really does. With taxes, this stuff, like, people need to know, man. Like, because it's just really, really, really hard to live with people. Like, that's not your family, to be honest, because your family tends to have the same expectations as you and the same standards, usually, and plus you're comfortable. But oh my God. Oh, I heard that it's very bad to live with friends, and I believe that 100%. If it's like not somebody you live with your whole life, it's probably really, really, really hard. Unless like you're a couple, you know, then it could work out obviously with proper communication and standards. But fuck this, dude. Like I'm never I don't think I would ever live with roommates again. No way. I would honestly like move to a cheaper state than I would live with roommates. That happens, Spin. Did that happen to you? You have no idea, like all the crap that I have to like go through right now, like is insane, you know, and unnecessary, unfreaking necessary. Which states? What states, dude? Probably like Alabama or some shit. Although I wouldn't want to move there, but like, you know, most places are cheaper than New York, so there's that. But I like living with anyone. I think living with people can be nice. Like when I lived at home, like there were cons, but it was also nice having people around and it was like comfortable just because, you know, same people you live with your whole life. But I do think in most cases you're right that it's not comfortable and but then I hear it gets lonely living alone too. Yeah, dude, but like yeah, not the ones around here definitely. Like anything. Uh maybe, but you know, I don't know where I would go. It's just it's hard, but yeah, I've, you know, just it's impossible because what I've like learned too is most people, like I was saying, you can't confront them, like especially women. A lot of women for whatever not a unless you know they have mm, no, I can't say that, but I think it's just very anecdotal. But then I can't say it for sure. But if you're ever in a situation where you can't like be direct and confront somebody about an issue without it becoming a like a personal thing, it's impossible. No, I cannot. No, not sexist. I was gonna just say that a lot of people are like, or a lot of women tend to be more of people pleasers, so they're like, it's harder to confront, but it's also harder to take it for some people. Um, but that's like not exactly that true with people pleasers. It's more about like just Loki being an asshole, but that's everybody. It's men and women, you know? My best chess advice to learn fundamentals first. I think as long as you have a lot of friends, it's not bad. I'm never, dude, bullet, possibly. I'm gonna do some puzzles and wrap it though, but I'm so over it. It's just like, it doesn't help because I just also am tired of where I live. There's been so many problems. And then like I have to work from home a lot and that like makes it more stressful and I'm just like over it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you definitely have to take care, you know, control of your own emotions and the problem is just a lot of people don't and a lot of people also aren't don't have enough self-awareness to realize when they're the problem. And that's annoying. Hi Sherlock. I'm just pissed. But yeah, that's it's like very rare for me to hear anybody had a good like roommate experience. I know them the problem, I just don't care. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Yeah. It's annoying. Yeah, I just can't do it. Yeah, yeah. I just personally like 2 years has been enough for me, you know? Like more than enough. Yeah, oh, absolutely, Ducky. Absolutely. But at least that way it's easier to be confront, at least for some people. Even when you live for your best, when you live with your best friend, yeah. Dude, the standards just get to you and like the little things become annoying. Like, you know what I think? In order to make like roommate like situation work very well, the most important thing is to have a clear set of rules and expectations. If there's not a clear set of rules and expectations, people start creating them, and it's usually the person who lived there the longest. But it's never like fair, and it's not like what was agreed on, because nothing was agreed on. But it's never just do whatever you want. There are definitely rules. They're just when if somebody like if you're moving with somebody and they're just like, oh, you know, like no rules, you know, this and that, blah blah blah, you know, just like very like generic stuff. Like never ever trust that, because it's just not true. It literally is just not true. Not yet, but I will soon. Yeah, just do not ever like believe somebody when they say no rules. And that's like a huge red flag. It's not even like you don't want to move somewhere with no rules, because it's very unclear like when there's conflict how to deal with it, because there's no set rules and you're living with people who are not you. They're very different than you. And so when something happens, it's like, well, how do you deal with this now, you know? Like one person might expect, I don't know, the dishes be washed once a week, another person 3 days, and it just causes problems. That's why it's better to always like be clear. Yeah, exactly, Fawn. It's just all up in the air, all up in the air. You know what I mean? So it doesn't work. And then you end up in a situation where, you know, you're the only one cleaning the toilet. You're the only one cleaning the sink, because those are like things a lot of people for some reason don't seem to do. You know? That like is very weird, you know what I mean? Just because you can't completely see the mess, like the dirt, like the dirtiness of it, doesn't mean it's not there. It's there, still there. You all know, hell no. No, you're not somebody's freaking slave. No way. We're playing some puzzles and some rapid, you know? Do not do that, because if you do something like that, people get taken advantage of. Motivational speech. Annoying speech. I'm pissed. Honestly. Yeah. Good plan, Fawn. Ugh. Yeah. But not motivational, but like take it as a learning lesson for me. Although I don't think there's anybody here that's that young. I feel like most people probably have been through this, but I'm just saying, you guys, if you're gonna live with roommates, have a set of rules. If the house does not have a clear set of rules, don't live there. It's most likely gonna go very bad. Oh, I would not suggest something like that. It's not about learning to get along with people. It's the fact that a lot of people take advantage of you, and they don't. Your living space is your comfort space. That's how it should be. If you're in a consistent state where there's chaos in your house, what could that causes is like your foundation to shake. You know what I mean? Because after the long day, you're supposed to come home and like rest. Where else are you gonna rest? You know, if you want to experience a lot of different people, learn how to get along with different people, make different friends, but don't put them into your environment, like your safety zone, basically. Like, don't do that. That's not a good idea. And not everybody, like, it's very, very different. That's why even like friends who live together, you know, tend to have a lot of problems, and some people end up not being friends after that, because there's a much like, or a huge difference between getting along with everybody and living together. That's not the place for getting along with everybody. It's a place where you keep boundaries in order to keep your sanity and in order to rest. That's it. Like, oh, that's really cool. How's that going for you, Fawn? Well, when I say rules, I don't mean like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. I'm talking more about like guidelines, correct? Like, this is when the house is going to be cleaned. This is the schedule for that. That's much different than don't do this, don't do that, because I agree with that, but I think more so like having a set of rules and guideline to like you know, what the expectations are, which is like very, very different, because then there are no expectations, then like nobody cleans, right? Like nobody cleans the common area. You know, and that's why some people hire like once a month maid that they split or something like that, or you know, cleaning person. Pretty well. Yeah, but it also requires people are kind of like willing to compromise upon. Mm-hmm. When I have another guy as a roommate, I could kind of see that. It's never your space. Well, if you have your own room, that's your space, but even sometimes that gets violated by noise, and noise is, you know, end up dealing with noise when again there's like no quiet hours, and so the expectations are all over the place. Like, do you see what I'm saying? It's about the expectations, not about being anal about like the living situation. It's just like having clear expectations on how the common area is going to be dealt with, you know, like how cleaning is going to work, because those are very important. They cause a lot of problems. Yeah. Nice extra. But anyways, so have a lot to say about it. You know, yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen soon, Axis. But I was gonna say that, like, because I like, in this situation, I've dealt with things a few different ways. I decided for a few months, I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with the problems, what they're causing me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna preserve my energy, and it only works so long until it keeps happening, and then it keeps happening, and then it keeps happening. Like, you know what I mean? Then you're like, okay, well, that's the whole not thinking about it and preserving your energy stops working. So, you know, it only works certain situations. Because I do think there's like a time and place sometimes, and sometimes it's better just to let something go and like deal with it. But there are cases where that doesn't work, when it's a continuous thing that eventually causes like a huge buildup of conflict. So you can trust others. You can trust the other person to work with you on using space. Yeah. Instead of asking who's currently using it, we just say directly, I like to be doing so and so here. What's up, move? Yeah. It's mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just, it does require like mature people though, you know. But I just think it makes it easier when things are like clear and on the table, and everybody knows what to expect with the kitchen, the living room, the bathroom. It makes it so much easier. I think a lot of problems arise from cleaning standards being different with people, and that's why when there's no like set of rules or expectations for that, then that does cause a lot of problems, unless all three or all two or whoever lives there, all people, are they have the same standards, right? But even then, like, people start to feel unfair if there's like no set of rules and somebody's cleaning more than the other person. It's like, why am I cleaning more? You know what I mean? Why am I cleaning up after other people? Nah, same roommates. So yeah, apparently, I don't, maybe people were never mature. Honestly, I'm starting to believe that even like 100 years ago, people were kind of, they just didn't have as many roommates, so you know, they never dealt with it. Yeah, except roommates older than me. Hmm. Yeah. Did not like, no. Older. 30s. Dude, this is what I've learned. People, a lot of people, same shit. 30s, 40s, 50s. You know? Maturity doesn't come to everyone, it seems. So, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, yes, yes. But I think that when you're in your 30s, you should be able to, at least have enough maturity to actually deal with problems. But I can't. Like, this is the same, like, with dating. Do you know what I mean? It's the same shit in a way, you know? Some people, when you, like, who you date, make it very obvious that they don't know how to respect boundaries and they don't like any sort of criticism, like, even if it's positive, where it's like, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. Age just definitely does not mean that at all in my experience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have never read a book before. Yeah, yeah, I believe that. It's hard to read for a lot of people these days too, but you know, I think that just being considerate and treating others as you would treat yourself goes a long way. And um I've realized that's usually not the case with a lot of people. Like, it might come off that way for a little bit, but then their actions tell you another story, and then you're like, wow, okay. Hi, Kibitz, how you doing? Yeah, I just fucking hate leases. Like, ugh, I would have been out of here already. Like, I hate leases. But I don't want to ever have a lease, but you always have to for most places. Hmm. Goldilocks perfect. I don't think that's true though. I think some people just don't want to admit when their standards are low. But it's like not even about having high cleaning standards or thinking you have high cleaning standards. That's not the point. The point is to keep it as objective as possible and to have a guideline for cleaning that's fair for everybody. That's what matters. Like, it's not whether one person's more dirty than the other. However, when you don't have those, what happens is that if you're the one that's the cleanest, you're the one who's going to pay the price for it because you're probably going to do all the cleaning, or you're going to have to deal with a place that's dirty if you don't want to clean after other people, you know? It's like I keep calling people AI. Honestly, AI is cool. It's just that most people don't know how to use it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it can help a lot. AI can help a lot, but you're like obviously sending it some dumbass prompt. You know what I mean? The most generic thing is gonna give you a really generic answer. You know? I think some people need to learn about a thing called prompt engineering. What are we allowed to talk about? Anything in politics and religion, basically. Anything but that. Mm. Mm-hmm. No, the problem is with politics and religions, most people are not mature enough to talk about it. Period. Okay. Sorry, not even mature enough. Most people aren't emotionally regulated enough to talk about it. It's one of those topics that requires you take your emotions almost out of it. Like, and it's hard to do that for most people. It's not easy, or at least you don't react based on your emotions. You might not be able to remove them 100%. So, like, what is the point of talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, Spin when people are I think that when you kind of get an idea of people are like basically, what's the word? Taunting in a way, I guess. You can go ahead and just ban them or time them out, honestly. Like, don't waste your time giving them warnings. You mentioned it once already. You said no politics, no religion. And then instantly as people came in talking about it, just get rid of them. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like deeply, you know, a part of people's identities these days. And like, I understand why it's not easy to talk about it. Like, I'm not disregarding the fact that it is in a sense a very emotional thing in a way because it's tied to people's identities heavily. And so it's just not the place for it. You know, aside from this being like what a chess stream and politics and religion being a really hard thing to talk about, I think if you're going to have a stream where you talk about it, you need to be in a more regulated environment where your host also it knows more about it and is able to regulate it better. But like realistically, like I don't really focus on those topics too much. It's not too much of my thing as of right now, so it's not the best place for it. You know, I'd rather talk about other things. Your official chess rating on 2095, that's super high. Yeah, I don't think it ever doesn't cause drama. It's hard. I'd rather just want to avoid it, you know? If only they were anywhere else. I know, right, Bill? Anywhere else, man, if only. No, there's definitely channels for that, but I think that, nah, I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm good. I'd rather just talk about other things like philosophy. I do like the Ruy Lopez. I don't really play it, though. History? I don't know if that... I don't think you need to go to church to learn about that. There's classes on religion that go through the different religions. Yeah, absolutely. Emotions should be used to inform your decisions. And they do tell you something, but they shouldn't be used to... as especially like the primary thing to... how would I put this? To like lash out. I don't know how to explain it because it's a little different, right? When you're feeling something, and like say that you're talking about again like a sensitive topic, and then something about it bothers you. That's fine that it bothers you, and that is telling you something, but it's not fine when you lash out because of those emotions. So, you know, but it's very, very important. It's very, very, very telling too. I agree about that with emotions. Like, very, very telling. 1 second. I like talking about the videos though. I'm almost done with this automation thing I'm working on, and then I'll be working on more videos. But if you guys have any questions about it, any comments, it's a really interesting topic, to be honest. Like, and it's very underrated, you know? Right. They're like a tool in your thinking and understanding, you know, yourself better, but they're not a decision maker, like a primary decision maker in most cases. So some cases I'm sure it is. So 1 sec. It's been just a tough few weeks for me, honestly. But I've been getting a lot done, at least that. Geez, just been annoying. Really annoying. Reality. Reality's overrated now with AI. But I think we can do some puzzles today. I feel sweaty. Immortal Secrets? Mine? Not the book behind me? I'm not related to them, but I think we're the same ethnicity, so that probably has to do with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just really, really need to. I try so hard in my like life, you know, to really, really like choose the people I'm around where we can be a benefit to each other. But then, you know, like just these creeps, like these freaking little like cracks, you know, like these like I don't know, it's like a little crack in like the fucking wall or something. And then some people just seep through that I can't really control. Insane. Insane. And it just makes me so mad because like never like people I'm close to. It's always fucking like this cracks creeps. Yeah, creep crack kind of sound the same. You know what I mean? Like it's always like people who I have very little association with that I like really am not close to. This isn't even like the only thing this year. You guys, you think this is crazy? If you knew what I had to deal with this, like, you know, like early 2025, end of December 2024, literal creep. That was insane. And then that shit happens, and then this shit happens. And I'm just like, you know, yeah, Bishop knows, like the moderators know, but like, there was a lot going on and like over people that I literally like have zero association with. Makes me so mad because I'm so good. Hi Ron, how are you? I'm so good with like you know, like really knowing, you know, like good people from bad. Personally, pretty good at that. So I keep good people around me. Like you know, my friends are awesome. You know, everybody around me, like they're great. But then it's just like always like people that I can't really choose. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't know if most, well, I don't know about most. I don't know many other women who've dealt with that in my life. I don't think I know one. But it does happen, Bishop. You know, it does happen. Yeah. Yeah, run. And then quickly move on. Dude, I'm just so like annoyed. So this year has been like it just one thing after another, and like you know, ugh, making me so mad. One day I'll tell you guys, but the time is not now. I mean, I don't know, like maybe not as forthcoming, but you know, a lot of like women I know just have not experienced that, but I really don't know the ratio for it. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this year has like oddly been really good, but also really bad. It hasn't been in the middle. It's just been like there and then there, you know? Like, I don't know what that's about. Apocalypse? No, dude, 2025 apocalypse. Would you be doing what you're doing if it meant won't? If it had, it had nothing to do with something man told you. Wait, I don't get that part. I'm like, I just, I'm salty, you guys. But I'm not even salty. I'm just like really freaking done with this crap. Sit. I'm done with it. You know? Destroy society with these questions. I don't get the second one though, man. Like what does that mean? What does it mean? Hmm. I need an explanation, like a noob. It's like almost asking for an explanation for a joke. If you don't get the second one, you're doing all right. Would you be doing what you're doing if it had nothing to do with something a man told you? Can somebody explain that to me though? They're a bill? Well, I like ambitious people, Ron. You know what I mean? Engage their rage. I'm just like way too strategic for that. I don't... How do I put this? I'm not impulsive. Like, I don't like... Even if I'm very mad, I don't lash out in conversations. Like, I don't insult people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do things like that. I rather, like, do something that'll get me something further than, like, instant gratification that doesn't last. Yeah, maybe it's the chess. Maybe chess has taught me to be this way, but I don't really do that. That's the plan, Axis. The problem is I'm on a lease, so I gotta wait until the lease is over. Second one's that women who are doing things that are rooted in something a guy told them about themselves. Are you talking about, like, if a guy, like, I don't know, like, insults a woman and, like, something like that? My favorite book, it depends, like, what category. I'm rereading Sophie's World because I really like that, but it's because, you know, like, it's just an easy read and it's fun. And I like philosophy a lot. Me writing... No, I don't think it's right. You writing bad. I think I might just literally be missing the question. Billy's? Do you know the site Chess First? I don't, Max. I don't know that site. Bill, if only I could rage. I just don't think that's a smart idea. Yeah. Like, I almost want to, but then at the same time, I'm just like, meh. Just thinking behind the writing. Wait, I don't get it. No, I just want to understand what it means, though. Yeah, chat, what are we talking about? Tell Strongarm. What's your favorite book, Milk? World is a stage? I believe it can be, yeah. It is a stage and you're performing. Although some people, like, their performance is kind of boring. Don't be that person. Don't make it boring. Make it interesting. 29. Bill, I think that just caused more problems. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. What's that about, Bishop? Yeah, that's the problem with Axe. It's just like, you know, just cause more problems. And that's it. What's that book? Why do I not know any of these books? Are these even real books? There's some nuance involved. Oh, I still don't get it. Still don't get it. The puzzles have been helping with the chess, though. Dude, 20s are such a nightmare. How'd you like it, Clint? I think most people have liked it, yeah? Like, honestly, 20s really are a nightmare. Okay, yeah, fun. Yeah. Oh, it's about an orphan. 30s are... Well, we're gonna find that out. We're gonna find that out. Honestly. Where's the chess? Somebody always asks. Okay. Do you guys want me to start chess right now? Because I will start it. Type 1 if you want chess. Type 2 if you want just chatting longer. We can move to chess. I mean, it's probably time soon, but, you know, up to you guys. I forgot the options. One was chess, right? Okay. Just gotta type 1 or 2. If you type 3, you're into furries, okay? 1, 1. Okay, okay. 2, 2. Thank you, Jason. I like that. Very democratic of you. What do I type 4? A lot of 2s. I totally did, Max. Totally did. Full loss. Nah, that's in the just chatting category. Just chatting category. I can't wait to like finish rereading Sophie's World because I want to talk about that with you guys. It's such a good book. Bill, you read it recently, right? Like, I just really like the simplicity of it, but I also love just the overall message of it, you know, that you should always like be learning, be curious about life. The moment you lose that curiosity, life becomes almost meaningless, almost like it's continuous with like, you know, just like straight line, just, you know, going from one milestone to another, but like not really enjoying, you know, the path to each milestone. I do not. Dude, I like went to this lectures on tap thing and this like the security guy there like let these people pass. This like I think it was this lady, this girl. I think she was like my age, if not younger. And then he stops me, is like, okay, I need to see your ID. And I'm just like, what? Why? And then he's like, oh, I don't believe you're 21. And I'm just like, dude, I'm 29. He's like, you look 19. I'm just like, it's like, I need to see your ID. And then pulled it out. 29. I'm not freaking 19. Not 19. I'm Romanian. Hi, Vitor. Well, it's like a overall like history of philosophy and just like simplified almost in a story. Like it has its own story on the side. I think when you read it the first time, you know, you kind of skip it. You're more interested in like the information. But the second time I'm reading it, I'm trying to like, or I'm seeing how it applies to the story overall and the history of philosophy. Good morning, Shibby. How are you? Can you keep? I think I'm more curious now than I was before. Dude, I love learning. Like, I genuinely love it. To me, I think that that's really what, you know, life is about. It's not about, like, you know, anything else or whatever. I mean, okay, sorry, it's about other stuff. You know, but, okay, but, like, life's about learning. It's about having a good time, and I think you have a good time but by understanding, by learning. Yes, that's my philosophy. Why is it scary? She didn't believe me. I'm starting to think it's just like not a good thing. I understand that when you're older, you'll look younger and that's cool and all. But I also think there's this thing where you're just not taken as seriously if you look young, like if you have a baby face or anything like that. And it's a little bit annoying. I think that you just like don't come off like you have as much power or like dominance, you know what I mean? I don't like that. You should start having a good time then. Just take everything as a learning lesson, dude. Like for me right now, I mean, like this whole situation's total shit, but taking it as a learning lesson because a lot has come from it. Like I've learned so much. Like I've literally learned how to identify people I couldn't identify before. Like with certain characteristics, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like is this person genuinely a kind person or are they a piece of shit who's pretending to be kind? Well, I can tell now. And you know what, like, you guys like just take my advice, document everything. Like documentation helps so much, especially if it could possibly be something that's like leads to like legal stuff. From history of art. Interesting. Maybe I'm just like forgetting how to read. Never done ballet. that you're enjoying it a lot or having a hard time. No, you can be doing both. It's just like stuff, life is hard. Life is hard, but I think you get so much more out of it when you learn from it and you don't make the same mistakes. Because a lot of conflicts they happen because Bill, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. At least personally in my own life, I think a lot of conflicts and like a lot of situations have happened because like I wasn't aware of certain things, right? Like when you're not aware of certain behaviors, certain like patterns. Thank you, Shibby. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again, Bill. Thank you, Shibby. When you're not aware of like certain patterns, like you fall victim to a lot of things. But as you learn and as you become more aware, you stop falling for certain things and you deal with less of that type of conflict. I mean, like I think in life there's always conflict, but eventually you create a very solid foundation for yourself where you deal with less bullshit and like better conflicts, Like think about it, like I don't know, dealing with deciding on like what country you're gonna visit versus dealing with, oh my god, like my flight got, I don't know, screwed over, like or something. Like my flight, I thought it was August 3rd, it's August 4th, like stupid shit like that. You should learn from that. Like, always check things. Even like small things like that, learn from it. Okay, like be like, okay, like how can I avoid this from happening again, or how can I avoid getting screwed over by this? Because like I was telling my cousin, so she's visiting this weekend, and what happened is that she's flying from California to New York, or she was, and her flight got delayed. One flight gets delayed. Guess what happens? The second one, she misses it, and instead of flying for like 8 to 11 hours, she's there for like 24 hours. And she did an overnight flight. And I'm just like, damn. Unfortunately, you can't really do much about something like that. But then her suitcase doesn't show up because of the whole situation. So she doesn't get that for 2 days, even though they said that they would give it to her, like they would deliver it on Sunday morning. They deliver it Monday morning. And I'm just like, dude, okay, so like what you can learn from situations like this is that, like, I think personally I've tolerated a lot in my past that I didn't have to. Like you do have power over these situations. Like in a situation like this, you should be able to get a full refund. You know what I mean? Because she called them, they're like $100 refund or $100 credit towards the next flight. I'm like, well, you either get a full refund or you get enough credit to cover a whole other flight plus more, because you literally like did not have your suitcase for 2 days being here, plus you were late. To me, like stuff like that, like learning how to deal with things like that is super, super important. Not just when conflict happens, but like, how you're gonna deal with it afterwards, and like, I don't know, like getting something for your time. That's also a very important skill that some people have that gets them a lot of stuff, while others just kind of like suck it up and deal with it, which probably isn't the best way to be. Yeah, exactly. But it's not inner Karen because it's deserved at that point, right, Bill? Yeah, they said like basically $100. I'm like, $100? Dude, you were like, you missed a whole day in New York and you're only here for like 3 days. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. So like to me, like stuff like that, I do think it's good to learn from it and like learn from other people, So don't be a sucker. Interesting, Fawn. You gotta. Yeah, like people say Karen for anybody who stands up for themselves these days, which I think is kind of messing with the association of Karen. Karen is somebody who lashes out on somebody unjustly, if that's a word, but I think that we need to like kind of try to separate Karen from actually standing up for yourself, because people are going to start thinking it's not good to stand up for yourself. I swear people are like very, just that like societal shame. But that's how I think. So I do believe that we just got to keep those separate. Yeah, God, don't be a sucker. But you know, sometimes you just pay the price and you learn for next time, but never like make stupid mistakes twice. Yeah. Exactly. Well, it takes down the wrong person or just like it's not justified, you know? Probably not Bill. No, Karen is basically like women, you know? Like a with the haircut, the blonde woman, like with that haircut who goes off on like customer service workers over stupid shit. Basically, that's what I always assumed. Hi, love. Ah, my foot died. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah. No, it's not a blue hair woman's blonde. It's like literally like a typical American white lady, like stereotype, like short hair blonde who like goes like, I want to speak to your manager. You haven't seen all those videos? Like it's like typical. My Karen, I'm not Karen. But I think I need to be more of, I don't want to say Karen, but like I'm trying to get comfortable with, you know, if like if I'm at a restaurant and people are the waiter, waitress is rude, or they take 20 minutes to, you know, come get your food, 20 minutes to come give you the check, which has happened, to be okay with just not tipping. But it's become like a societal shame to not tip that it becomes harder for people. And that's why I think the associations are super important, and that with the word Karen, like it should not be associated with somebody who stands up for themselves, because I think that like gives us a bad message overall. But like I'm trying to get comfortable with stuff like that, just like doing the right thing. The justified, or the justice, I guess. She's a regular. You dealt with that a lot, huh? I mean, I did customer service for a while and dealt with a lot of entitled old people. They were the hardest to deal with. And this was at Best Buy. I don't know if it was because it was like technology or something, but they're really difficult to deal with sometimes. Like they were just like, they would go off on me over like things that just like that, like, dude, I didn't like make that product. When you like it's defective, like, why are you guys selling a defective product? And I'm just like, dude, like take that up with the manufacturer. You know what I mean? And then I remember like the guy who worked there, like he's been working there longer than I have. He's like, I like to look at it this way. I think he was a manager. He's like, they're yelling at the shirt, not at you. And I'm just like, whatever you tell yourself, bro, to like sleep at night, I guess is okay. You know, but that was funny. That was kind of funny to me. Like I get that, but I think that as an adult you should be able to talk to people respectfully and like not, you know, lash out on somebody over something, you know, like that they really don't have much to do with because they're like the lowest of the hierarchy at you know, a retail shop or something like that. That's yeah, dude, literally I'm a cashier. I don't even know we sell that. It's hilarious. 30 adults, some adults, dude. Stand up. Oh, I've been to some stand up in New York, and dude, they were so bad. Yeah, he's like, I like to think of it like, or he told me, he's like, think of it like they're yelling at the shirt, not you, you know? I'm like, just like, okay, buddy. Yeah, that's very true, Clint. Yeah. It's most likely to change. That would be interesting and fun. Are you serious? Nah, dude. Like when I worked at Best Buy, this guy comes in with $100 bill that's literally ripped, and I can see the paper inside it, and tries to give it to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, that was wild. I'm like, dude, like if you're gonna try to give me a like a fake $100 bill, maybe make sure it's not ripped and I can actually see the paper. So, oh, you had the same experience, Bishop? In the of the wrong reasons. Funny enough, like I went to this free show in Sacramento, and that one was actually decent. But the ones I've been to here, I'm like, these are really bad. These are really bad. there's like a weird consistent thing I've experienced going to stand-up comedy shows. So there'll be like a semi-overweight like woman like, you know, come up sometimes, and every single time they like self-deprecate, and I'm just like, this is kind of hard to listen to. You know, all their jokes are like self-deprecating because they're kind of fat, and I'm just like, okay, dude, like get some actual jokes. This is kind of old at this point, but yeah, like that's like a weird thing I've experienced, you know, I think in all the stand-up shows I've been to. I is that what Amy I don't really know how to say her last name. I never like, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Self-deprecating is funny at times, but I think that it can kind of be like, yeah, hit or miss sometimes. Make fun of the audience. That's I mean, I guess that could be true. I don't know, actually. I haven't been to that many, so I can't really say, but use phone book paper. Isn't it just harder these days though? For different things, Milk. So I lost a rapid game in 18 moves. At least it wasn't in a tournament, right, Torio? You guys remember when I was at the chess festival and I beat that guy in 15 moves? He like found somewhat of a nice tactic, but it didn't work. Didn't work. Remember that? It was the Rosalimo? Is that what it's called? I forgot already. It's been a while since I played it. Like, I didn't even play the good move, but just with the Sharpie bill. It's like, dude, that's a $10 bill. No? Can you not read? There's 2 zeros. Okay, well, that 0 is a different color than that 0. All different font, too. Now, 10 years later, they're doing the same act and it's cringe. Really? I don't really know those. I haven't seen those, but I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I know that people are like really into like stand-up, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people, so my brother would always watch it from what I remember, and my cousins. I was never like too into it, but I'm sure it's good. I just like never really got into it. Dude, at that point, I should have just gotten Monopoly money. At least it would have been a little funny. But that was just kind of sad because he was genuinely trying to scam us, but he didn't check that, like, it's ripped and I can see the paper. At least with the Monopoly, I think it'd be kind of, like, a little funny. So, yeah. Nikki? Okay, let me look her up. I'm curious now. Maybe we won't do puzzles today and we'll just do rapid. I don't think I can mentally deal with Bullet. I think I would just get too mad. Honestly. I don't need any more else. I really don't. She's still pretty. But what are her jokes these days? Like the same stuff? Hi, Connor. How are you? Do you have an older or younger brother? I have 2 younger brothers. Thank you, Torio. Homeless is probably what you'd call woke people. Cannot wait, that's bad now. Oh, was there like a South Park episode on it? Really? Oh, okay, okay. That's funny, man. That's really funny. Funny guys steal your girl. Yeah, they do. Be careful out there, guys. If you're not funny. I see. I mean, I guess like that's how it works, all right? Like, you know, you typically follow the footsteps of the successful people. In California. I've known a couple of guys who did comedy. It was always kind of hard to trust them. Why was it hard to trust them? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, exactly. Ron, rip your girl. The stand-up boundaries are rapidly tightening these days. Really? In what way? Like no more dark humor or edgy humor or what's going on? Hmm. Ah, I see. Euphemisms. Hmm. A mock the weak fan? What is that, Owen? And a lot of guys' trauma ends up making them dangerous and unpredictable. Oh, definitely can. Hmm. Alrighty. I mean, I guess we can do some chess now. Let's put the AC on real quick. One sec. All right. Let's do this. Let's play a game or two. Let's go. Bill, thank you so much. Hey, shout out to Bill, guys. He's the reason we're gonna have Arena on the next stream. Just keep that in mind. He is the reason. So thank you so much, Bill. As always, thank you for the support. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Let's literally destroy those goals today. Let's make it happen. We already are, to be honest, but let's keep going. All right. Gonna need a all that to move. Good shit. Da da da. All right, let's do this, guys. Play some chess. We're gonna go straight to it and hope that the 10 minutes not too bad today. Mm-hmm. Da 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 da. I want to say this. If they do that, we'll definitely see, I guess. Why not? Let's have fun. Mm. Mm. Trying to think. I want to say this. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, thank you. Actually, let me think. Thank you so much. Okay. I want to just think a little bit. I think something... Like this would be okay. But I don't know. We're gonna find out. Mm. No. But I mean, I like before. I think it's playing a lot of lines. Can you possibly get bullied here? No. No, buddy, I'm sorry. Sorry, I would not tolerate your bullying. Mm. Hmm. I want to say that. Hmm. I want to say that, but then that. Okay, let's do this first. Personally, I like this position a lot. You know what I mean? I want to say this next, but... Okay. Hmm. Let's do that. Hmm. Yeah, the knight theirs wasn't a good idea, but it'll be fine. Hmm. That. Let's see. Let's do something like that. That. This. Crap. Damn it. Okay, hold up. This. No, we're good. We're good. Mm-hmm. I need to escape square. That. Let's see. That. Da, da, da. I like the idea of this. I have 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When to say this, they go there. Mm. Mm. And then that. Okay. Eh. Mm-hmm. I want to say this, but that's kind of annoying. See this? That. Mm-hmm. That. Mm. I even got left. Even that, guys. Even that. Yes, indeed. Okay, and then I like the idea of something like... Nah, okay, let's see. How about we do something like this, just to save some time? That. It's fine before I met you. That. Let me think. I'm gonna say this. This, that. Let me think. This, that. Maybe this? Maybe that. Let me think. Want to say this, and then... For yourself. Thinking that first. Two minutes. It's not easy as it seems, you guys. I know you can't afford. Ooh, that scared me for some reason. I don't know why. I want to say this, then they go there. That. Okay, and then I think this. And then that. That. Want to say that. That. Okay, I think should be fine for a sec here. Yeah, not the easiest. Okay, I was expecting that move, to be honest. Then I'm gonna play that. But it like blocks this, so I think we're fine that it's not gonna be easy for something like that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think something like that's fine. Oh shit, that scared me. I don't know why. 42 seconds. That. Okay, I'm thinking this. That. That. Okay. That. That. This. That. Oh! Fuck. Okay. Damn it. This is so oh. That sucked. That was so hard to win. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I lose this one, screw it. Back to just chatting. That's what's happening. That was stressful, man. Oh my goodness, that was so hard. Oh my gosh. You guys don't even understand how stressful that was. I thought I could just sacrifice everything and win, but I guess not. I should have just... It was like my weakness. I don't even know what to say. Just time. I'm very bad with it. I know I should have done that. I didn't though, unfortunately, and that hurt. That hurt a lot. Cold. Aw, that sucks, Shibby. Does. season. That. I'm gonna win on time this game. I'm gonna make up for the loss of time next game, or last game. Something about something. Extra hard wife one. Honestly, I think G4 weakened their position. Maybe it's a variation, but I don't know if those are the right moves. I'm cold. You know? Something. See that? Something about something. See that? Yeah. Yeah. About something. You. About something. Then about you. Alright, let's do this now. Something. Something about you. See that? Just don't like pins. They're unnecessary. And then go from there. That. Let's do this. See, I have more time. Yeah, but I think I have something better than a pawn. Pawns are a little dirty. Sometimes. Da, 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 da. I see what they're trying to do. That. Mm-mm. Mm. Something about you. Where are they gonna go if I go there? Let's see. I'm gonna do that. If I go, let me think. Not gonna take too long. I like the idea of that. Personally, I like that. Because I win a pawn. Is there another way I could possibly? Hmm. Taking too long. I should just go base off of a. Nah, I'm gonna play this first. So remember how. I don't mind it. I'm just cold. I'm trying to be fast because I'm tired of losing to the clock. You know what I mean, you guys? It hurts my soul. Alright, well, I knew that was coming, which is totally fine. Do that. And then that. And then I want to say that, but where can they go in this case? Let's check first. I had my first heartbreak. That. Don't you worry now. Okay. think we need to be a little more active. Let's do this. Mm-hmm. I want to cut him off here. I think this is a good spot for that. I like the idea of that first. But let's see. Mm-hmm. That next. This next. That next. Mm. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a sweater. I think we can end with some bullocks. We're gonna end soon. We did a lot of just chatting today. Sorry, the streams aren't longer. For now, I think shoulder streams are more effective. But I plan on getting back to studying soon. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a sweater. It's cold. I am back, you guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yes, yes. Eek. Not good. Oh, I could have fixed it. Aw. That's baloney. Do. Da. This. Okay, and then that. And then I'm thinking I'm thinking too long, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Strikes every time she moves. You. Why did I play that? I don't know. Whatever. You. That. That. Okay, and then this. That. Eek. Okay. That. Eek. Aw, I had that. I guess I didn't. Hi, Moose. I guess not. Oh, I got scared for a second. I don't know why I'm taking so long. It's gotta be this. Okay, 48 seconds. Think, think, think. Okay, 39 seconds. Oh, they disconnected. Rage quit. Literally. But she's like, this is, I don't understand. I don't understand, you guys. That was such a waste of like 20 seconds. Probably wasted more than that. Come on. Such a waste. I don't know, man. Ooh. Yeah, I want to say this. Strikes every time. That. This. That. Okay. Let's make this interesting. That. This. Maybe it's not that interesting. I just helped them with a lot of pieces. That. But then again, maybe it is. We're gonna find out. Okay, that. This. This. Okay. That. This. That. This. That. 2 bishops is a pain. Oh, yes. No more 2 bishops. Okay. That. This. That. 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 Yes. That. That. One more time! Yes. To answer an important- wait, they were answering an important question? And I missed it? What is this? Okay, it's the close Sicilian defense. So. I see. Ah, I see. I'm learning things. I didn't know this line. Is this opposite side castling? No? Oh, weak. You know what? I'm not the biggest fan of whatever the hell I just played. That. And then I'm gonna play this. And then I'm play that. That. They did a shit ton in order just to- okay, hold up. To trap this piece. Which is like, honestly, kind of jokes. Just gonna open up the position. That was a lot of work for the trap. That. That wasn't a good move. But I think it'll work. Okay. I see. Oh no. No. Well, that wasn't smart. Okay, wait, I think we got this still. 12 seconds versus 4. Fuck, okay. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. That... I think I messed up the opening there. Like, it seemed like that was just not good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This, that. Mm-hmm. I want to say this. I want to say that. I want to say that. That. Okay. I think we're fine here. And then I want to say this. That. That. Okay. Oh, the lag. Did you guys see that? That was like really lame lag, honestly. Literally super lame. Made me lose a piece for no reason. Just like always super duper lame. Mm-hmm. Okay. That. Yeah, that's not the best, I think. Is it all? That's not good either. Oh, never mind, they missed it. Oh, oops. Eek. Yeah, I don't like bullet. It's kind of like scrolling your phone. Once you're over it, you're kind of over it. But it's easier than playing a lot of bullets sometimes. But honestly, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Da, da, da. Let's play that. I want to say this next. That. And then that. And then this. Oh, it's taking a lot of time. I like my bishops, so I'm not gonna give them up, you know what I mean? And God, so... That. That. Jeez, that's annoying. Well, that's super annoying. This. That. 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 Ah! Stress. Stress, you guys. You don't even understand. Okay, wait. I think we got it. Ah! There you go. Oh my goodness, that was nice. Ah! Alright. Okay. It's a good game to end on. It's always nice when I pre-move a mate. You know? Always nice. It's cold in here. I put it to 75 and it feels like it's 55 in here. It's really, really annoying. Can't stand this place, man. Alright. Gonna get going now, but this was fun. I'm gonna see all of you. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. And if I don't, well, Wednesday 100%. So I'll see you guys most likely Wednesday. Possibly tomorrow. Fun Bear, good to see you. Hope you've been well. But